I just had to get that off my chest. We could go on.
Okay, okay. It should have been Film of the Year, but it didn't get nominated for Film of the Year. But it was definitely the best
Animated
film.
film of the
I
year.
saw Barbie, I saw Oppenheimer, and I was like, Oppenheimer, I want my time back. I kind of want my time back. I kind of want I didn't see it in IMAX. I understand it's gigantic and everything, but I don't think that film deserved IMAX. That film deserves VHS and 89. That's what it deserves. But anyway, we're gonna move forward.
Go move
Let me
on.
get
I just had to get
let's
that
move
off
on.
of my chest. I've
I
been holding it
understand.
for like a
You've been
week.
holding it for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah, man.
You've been holding it for 2 weeks.
It's been festering.
We know Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was the best movie last year.
Oh,
And they
God.
cheated because people don't appreciate the medium it was printed on. It was printed in animation, and people don't appreciate animation like they should.
That's it. I don't want to derail us. Let's move on. We got business to take care of tonight.
Okay. Did y'all see the trailer for the Acolyte?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all know how I feel about the space wizards always controlling something. I'm going to say this. Y'all going to hear from me. This is the first time y'all going to hear this. I am excited about seeing the space wizards with lightsabers this show. You know why? You know why? I'm super excited. I'm super excited. It comes June 4th, day after my birthday. They said, this is something Chuck's going to like. So we're going to give it to him the day after his birthday.
Okay. So
I'm shocked.
Yeah. The thing though is Star Wars without space wizards, it's not a thing. Like I feel like Star Wars has to have space wizards in it.
Their best show was Star Wars. Andor was their best show.
I mean, Andor is like
really good.
It's a caveat, and Andor was good. Like
it's their best.
They don't have the space wizards. They not moving the needle. I'm sorry, man.
Well, there's kind of like the best of both worlds. You kind of got like the old school tale of Star Wars that we're kind of known about, and then there's like the super diehards that love like, you know, the canon that dealt with oh my gosh, the one the video game was based off of
Raven, Darth Raven, and
so we're prequeling before way before. It's like a couple hundred years, right? It's not like thousands of years, but it's a couple hundred years.
A couple hundred years, yeah.
Right. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. It's a newer space where you can experiment a little bit more, you know. So that to me is what's interesting. It's like, okay, well, you've got a clean palette. What are you gonna do with it?
Yeah,
and it's not the
Skywalkers.
It's not the I was about to say that.
That's what makes me so excited. There's no Skywalkers in this. They better not even allude to a Skywalker.
No, they're going to allude to a Skywalker.
They better not allude to a Tatooine or any of that.
But we don't need to be on Tatooine. No,
we don't need to be on Tatooine.
They have to. They might allude to the chosen one, but I'm excited because the Acolytes, we're going to get to focus on Sith lore a lot.
Yes.
That excites me. And bringing back some of those legacy classic that J.J. Abrams tried to get rid of. I thought that was a bad idea even back then, but now we're coming back and revisiting that world and making them. So I'm excited about it.
We got Jedi Master played by Lee Jung-jae. They don't know his name yet. And Amanda Stenberg came out of nowhere. I remember she was a little girl in the Mockingbird.
Rue. She was Rue.
She was Rue. And the fact that she's back, and I don't know if it's her that threw that sword, through the lightsaber, the red lightsaber, but it kind of looked like her. And she stepped up on the scene like, yo, I am her. I am her. What do y'all want?
I'm hoping so, and I hope we get
I thought I saw a gold lightsaber too.
Yeah, there are gold. There are orange ones and gold ones. So we got multiple lightsabers. We didn't see the white one though. So I wonder if we have any gray Jedis. I wonder, or gray Force users, because they probably weren't Jedis at this time. Jedi
but this is supposed to be the Jedi at the height of their power.
Yeah.
So from my understanding from the synopsis, this is them at the height of the power. Because the Jedi got kind of arrogant, right? You know, they were winning, and you know, they forgot about like there's threats out there. And so us getting the Sith, I think is gonna be cool, man.
The Sith weren't in power. Like the big Sith conflict, right, happened like almost 1,000 years before, right? It was it was more than hundreds of years. It was like 1,000+ years when the Sith was like really showing up. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
No, Go ahead.
No. And then the Jedi kind of like was able to fix that situation, and then they grew and nobody really rivaled them, right? For a while.
There was a fight between both the Sith frat, because they're like religion and gangs. The Sith were like gangs. They're spread out throughout the galaxy. But the problem with the Sith is they're always jealous and fighting each other. So they're never able to achieve their full strength. That's why when Darth Bane comes along, he's like, nah, we don't need 1,000 Sith. We need 2. One is the master, and one is the apprentice. One has the knowledge, and one is seeking.
One's the Lord, and one's the Darth.
Yeah. And so that's why with Palpatine, even you see that he's like, yeah, oh, I know Ventress is dope. Is she your apprentice? Are you about to challenge me?
Yeah, when he said Dooku,
or Dooku, no. Like, is she your apprentice? Oh, so that means you're about to challenge me. And Duke was like, nah, I don't need that.
She's my assassin.
So let me go.
I don't need that smoke.
Let me go kill her.
Yes, he did.
I'm not, you know.
He did address as the assassin. He was like, no, she's my assassin. And then Palpatine was like, kill her. Kill her then. Kill her
when he walks in and he sees like what's his name? The red, and his brother, right? He kills him. And that's important.
Yeah.
That's why
Maul and Savage Opress.
Yeah, Savage Opress and his brother. And he's like,
Darth
oh shit,
Maul.
I feel the force sign. And then he
rode up on him. He rode up.
That's why it's important when Anakin kills Dooku. So he kills the apprentice. Dooku, you weren't strong enough. So now I've got a new apprentice, or I'm looking.
Apprentice.
So that's where the rule of 2 kind of comes from.
Yeah, and Darth Vader spent his whole entire life trying to find an apprentice.
Right. Yeah. So they were fighting. They weren't as strong.
He couldn't find an apprentice until his son showed up.
Back fighting and all that. So that's where kind of the rule of 2 with the Sith in the most potent form comes from.
And he told his son, like, look, hey, we can join together and kill this guy over here, this emperor, and we could take over all of this.
Right.
That's Luke wasn't down for it, but he wouldn't let Luke die though.
Right, exactly. When they find out about Luke, it's kind of like a oh shit moment, because the Emperor's like, oh shit, I can kill Vader and take his son. Or his sons. They gonna rule. Or Vader, like the Emperor's thinking like, if they join up, they'll take over for me.
Yep. And that's why Vader said it. He said, rule, come with me, son, and we can rule together. Rule
so Luke serves as a real problem for the rule of 2, because he's like,
Okay.
So
either made it that much more gangster. Wow.
Yeah, so either Vader's got to convince Luke to join him,
or the Emperor has to convince Luke to kill Vader.
Vader.
Ooh. Yo, can we take a moment to pause? The thing that really got me the most about the Acolyte was the very first time I saw the trailer poster, the main poster, and you see just the hilt of the lightsaber, and you see that blood stain that looks like the blade.
Yeah,
that sold me more before I even saw the even trailer. Just the blood stain, I was like, oh, we gonna talk about something for real with these lightsabers.
Because that's how you have to do it. You have to corrupt the crystal.
Yep.
And a Sith doesn't go into the cave like the Jedi and pick the crystal. Nah,
they already have their saber.
You got to take it from a Jedi.
You take it from a Jedi. Yeah,
you got to beat him and take it, and then once you take it from him, you got to corrupt it. And it's blood, sweat, and tears, literally, to corrupt it.
That's gangster. Also, that's one of the coldest. I think it's the coldest Star Wars poster I've ever seen. The only one that beat it was the very first time you saw baby Anakin and his shadow showed Darth Vader. That was the coldest I had ever seen. But this one might take that throne. That was super fire.
And also, you got to think they had Carrie-Anne Moss show up, and I was like, man, I haven't seen her since The Matrix.
Yeah.
I ain't seen her. She was sitting there.
She kind of long in the tooth, but she still got some tread on tires.
Yeah, she was sitting in the cantina, and old Shorty walked in, was like, "Yo, I come for you."
Yeah,
I came for you.
I think that the potential is there.
Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully they don't drop the ball in this.
Oh, they will.
And then let anybody can have the force, because now we know that anybody can have force powers.
Well, this is prequel, so that philosophy.
Hey
has
Randy,
biblical
hey
wisdom.
Randy.
Yeah.
He may solidify it in this one to say, hey, they always had it. They may always had it.
Stop.
You know it. You know it. But anyway, I'm quite excited for this show. I'm very excited. I'm just probably just as excited as I was for Ahsoka. Everybody knows Ahsoka's my favorite character, so this may change everything. You know?
You said Ahsoka's in this?
No, she's not in this.
Oh, okay. I was about to
Nah.
say, like,
Unless she goes back in
unless
time.
she goes in time.
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
okay. All right. Yeah, you threw me for a second with that. Okay. All right,
Then we have this other thing 45 years later. Alien Romulus trailer came out of nowhere.
Bro,
And
did you
that
see
trailer
that?
had me like, holy shit.
Did you see that?
Excuse my French.
Yeah.
Alien
Okay,
Romulus. Are we talking Star Trek?
I'm talking about aliens.
Aliens.
Oh,
They got a new alien trailer. Oh,
Yeah.
Randy.
And it's gonna be horror.
It's horror.
Yeah.
We're leaning into the horror genre.
We're going back to alien roots. The roots of Alien it is a horror movie. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, they went action when they made Aliens, but what got everybody on board, the very first Alien is a horror movie. It's a sci-fi horror. So and we have yet to go back to that. So now we're going back to that. So
and they got the right director. They got Fede Alvarez. He did Evil Dead in 2013, and he did Don't Breathe. So he's full blown horror. So you're gonna see face huggers running around, sucking on people's faces, baby aliens, not even full grown, running around causing terror. The xenomorphs are gonna be everywhere, and it comes in August 16th to theaters.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Going to theaters. Okay.
I wonder what that popcorn bucket's gonna look like.
Oh yeah, because you know popcorn buckets are definitely the thing now.
And I gotta get one, man.
I got my little Ghostbuster on me right now.
Yeah, yours looks way newer than mine. Where'd you get your theater? Did you get yours out of?
Mine was at a Regal, I think.
I got mine's AMC. So the popcorn bucket is the stream.
Do you got it?
I got it.
Nothing beats warm mussy though.
The warm mussy.
You gonna make me go get my popcorn bucket?
Yeah, go get the popcorn bucket.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. 1 second. Hold on.
Yo, I love the popcorn bucket. You know, it's one of those things that really makes going to the theater a lot.
It's an experience, right?
Yeah.
And you have to go to the movie theater to get it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a good way to make money because some things ain't cheap, man. Like,
what about?
I want to say this one was like 25, and this was the
25.
cheap.
Okay.
This is the cheap one, yeah. So they got the one with the wheels where it looks like the one that drives, and that joint is like 40 plus. And I was like, damn, but you know, if it's going to be the theater experience, I don't mind that. I'm not mad at them peddling their wares when it comes to that.
For something like this.
I'm gonna start with the worm mussy. Because we all love the worm mussy. Every time.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's so money well spent, man. That to me, it's little things like that give me hope for the theater experience. You know,
this is my popcorn.
Archer, he got the little
Oh, see, you got the whole purple light that held the popcorn. See, I
lights
wanted
up
that
too.
Yeah, you got the good one. And it's big too.
It has a Ghostbuster sign on the side of it.
Yeah, you got. I would have rather have had.
It has wheels. Does yours have wheels?
Oh yeah.
They roll.
And you know the little trap opens.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's got the lights. You know.
Okay.
What I'm saying, you know, it's worth it. I know we're off. We're getting off.
We're way off. But yeah, popcorn buckets. So we're talking about the alien popcorn bucket. I am so into the alien popcorn bucket.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do with it.
Do you all think this is the new trend going forward? Like
popcorn buckets? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I support it.
At $40 a pop, they got nothing else to do.
Yeah, and I hope they never replicate them. Make them rare. You know, like the only way you can get it, you know, that way it can give it a little bit of value and just it turns into like a real collecting kind of thing. I think if they do that, they might be onto something.
Yeah. Could you imagine they made one for Barbie? They would have sold a gajillion.
Oh my God, yeah, they would have lost their mind.
Made it like the Barbie car.
And think about the dough, right? So you're talking about like, you know, sometimes in some places up to $10 in parking. You're talking like another $20 for one person with just the food. The popcorn bucket itself is going to be anywhere between $25 to $40. And if you're seeing it on an IMAX, that's another $25. So you're talking about $100+ easy, $100+ experience just for one person. You know, I know we talked, you know, about like one of the things that make Broadway, you know, so stush and foo is that the price point is so high that you have to be a certain type to go to those type of affairs, right? It's one of the draws, right? Because you're not going to pay $200 to see a Broadway play and not kind of like flex a little bit. Well, that's kind of like what the popcorn buckets are for me. You know, it's a bit of a flex. It's like I'm different than you. Not only did I see this on IMAX and I got the popcorn bucket, it shows a different type of fandom, and you leave with something other than just memories.
Yeah,
right, I'm off my soapbox.
The funk came in and said the purple tractor beam is money.
It is.
Courtney came in with it to the theater.
Yeah,
everybody in the theater was like, "What the fuck is that?" And she turned on the light. People stood up. This guy in the row behind us stood up and looked at it like, wow.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. That's the experience. You know, it's the head nod that you get when you're wearing some like dope new J's or something and you walk down the street and somebody gives you the nod. It's for that. You do it for that.
Yeah. They had little drink bottles too that were the Marshmallow Man. I was like, that's too much. That's overkill. That's overkill. I don't need that. That's overkill. That's overkill. But apparently they did have the Corvette. They had the purple Corvette as well as the doll.
Really?
The pink Corvette. They had the pink Corvette. Yeah.
Y'all making me want to go buy one. And I don't
even go to AMC. Go to AMC and go get it.
I do want the popcorn.
Yeah, the movie's kind of meh. But the popcorn bucket is dope. Yeah.
But I do want the popcorn bucket.
I'm gonna say this: nostalgia's played. That's why I'm excited about Alien Romulus, because I don't know. I heard there's no nostalgia in it. It's straight horror. It's like you're gonna be scared.
Good.
You're gonna be scared coming out of it.
I thought you didn't do horror.
What's up?
I thought you didn't do horror.
I do alien horror though. I do alien horror. You know, I do. I like Alien. You know, I liked Alien. I liked Aliens. The third movie was like,
Speaking of horror, I know I'm kind of like derailing us a little bit. Are y'all feeling the Pooh-verse horror thing that's going on?
I haven't seen one. I didn't see the first movie, so I'm gonna watch the first movie and see if it's good. See how cheesy it is.
I hear it's terrible, but just the idea of the Pooh-verse is just.
I heard the second movie got a real good budget.
Okay, I just like the fact that they're trolling Disney. Like,
that too.
Well, the Mickey Mouse horror film, I'm all about.
I'm so for the Mickey Mouse. I don't care what it's
coming. It's coming. It's coming.
You know, Disney's like, oh my God, you know they losing their shit. You know, if they firing people for OnlyFans paying pages, imagine what they're doing with their biggest trademark. People can now do whatever they want to with it, right? Imagine how they feeling about that.
Rodney said, I have a Falcon popcorn bucket from Disneyland. I want to see the Falcon popcorn bucket.
Like
popcorn buckets may be the new jam, you guys.
I think they are, man.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe where it's at. We're going to go on to the next story. Speaking of jams, Apple seems to be in a jam, considering that the DOJ has pulled a case against them, the similar case to Microsoft from the 90s. Y'all like I did an Apple jam? Y'all like that?
I see what you're doing there.
He's did there. In today's case, the Department of Justice doesn't really imply that Apple benefited from the results of United States versus Microsoft. It comes right out and says it. So y'all made a case that happened. Apple completely benefited from the cases y'all built against Microsoft. Now y'all saying that Apple shouldn't have benefited from the case that you built against Microsoft?
Well, so remember in late 90s, the DOJ, they did sue Microsoft.
Yeah.
And Microsoft's defense was, this is technology. While we're popping right now, 10 years from now, 2 years from now, we don't have that cachet because some new technology comes in and overtakes everything. And that's literally what happened, right? So Apple is now what Microsoft was in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And the DOJ is right. Like, we attacked them and stopped their growth, and Apple was I'm not saying that's the only reason they were, but like Apple was able to benefit from that and scrutiny that was applied to Microsoft.
Yes.
And so what
And
they're saying. And it's
the
an election year, and everybody
And
got
it's
to
an
talk it
electric
off,
year.
and we're gonna
Yeah.
be making some headlines.
Yeah.
And so the Funk could tell you in the chat, Zune is the best portable audio player over iPod
Yeah, it's
all
so
day
old.
long.
Zoom. That technology is literally 30 years old.
And he'll tell you over the iPod it was better. He sold us all on it. He sold us all on it. But Apple is Apple, and it's like they were for
Apple is
they
Apple.
were for the enthusiasts, the music makers, and the filmmakers, and so everybody bought in on it.
Well, it made sense because if you were a true artist, then you had, you were on Apple.
The artist
You had a Mac.
technology.
Yeah,
You own the Mac. Yep.
It's an episode of The Big Bang where they do a flashback and they have this exact argument. Sheldon is like, why would you ever buy a iPod? It's just a waste of money. Zoom is going to be the technology of the future. So
Yeah, it's
never
so
know.
funny. The Funk came in and says, "Well, I agree. Zoom was ahead of his time. Nothing will ever beat the Rio Karma." Is that the one that had the radio built in and all the other stuff built into it? And you can actually take downloaded albums, just rip it right over to it. I think it did everything. I think the Karma did
There's
everything.
a lot of things. Some things just
Yep.
don't win.
I put my money on Sony mini disc players. I had a bunch of Sony mini. I think I have one in the closet right now.
Damn, bro.
I have a whole thing of mini discs.
Yeah,
I just bought a CD player, you guys. Brand spanking new CD player. Came in the mail today.
Hey, Betamax was better than VHS.
Yeah,
VHS just had the good sense to give it to the porn community.
Yep.
So
don't ever underestimate the power of porn.
do we think the DOJ is gonna be able to take down Apple?
No, it's an election year. They need some publicity. They'll a little fine and they'll move on.
Okay. Next story. I hope y'all saw this.
Okay.
So if y'all didn't know, Game Developer Conference was last week. That's where I was at. So Unreal has they have their keynote at Game Developer Conference. So they rent the hall right at the Game Developer Conference, called the Unreal building, Coliseum, basically, and they bring in all their developers in it that made stuff for Unreal. They get invited to it.
Okay.
And Unreal showed the new Unreal Engine 5.4, right?
Okay.
Amazing. How they started the conference out? They started out with a trailer. Y'all know what the trailer was?
What's that?
Marvel's World War II action game.
Oh.
Where it has Captain America and Black Panther in it.
Yeah.
I think it's like Captain America 1942.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have one question. Who in the hell wants to play as Captain America when you can play as the original Black Panther? And when you watch the trailer, you're like,
who wants to do that?
They don't want to do that, Randy. They don't even want to do that.
Who wants to do it?
They want to play those people that you're thinking of. Even Richard Spencer wants to play as Black Panther. So Skydance New Media came out and they got Amy Hemmick on the project. So Amy left, I think she left Respawn because she was working on a Jedi game first. She was working on a Star Wars game. And she was in the middle of making her Star Wars game. They let her go. And then Skydance said, "Come on over here, Amy." And if y'all don't know who Amy is, Amy created Uncharted. That was her baby. Really? Uncharted 1, 2, and 3.
Damn.
Those were her babies.
That's a flex.
So she's running the narrative and the game design. She's the creative director for this Black Panther, Captain America video game.
I saw the trailer. This trailer looks dope.
Yes, it looks real. And this is all running an engine at normal speed.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah. It looks
We're
dope.
about a year away from seeing live action films and video games being about the same. We're about 2 to 3 years away from that. Because this looks amazing.
It does.
And
that's the dude that plays the guy that plays Black Panther, the same guy that was in The Walking Dead. He's also the voice of Cyborg too in Go Teen Titans Go. I think it's the same.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Hey, and And the Funk came in, Randy. He agrees with you. He says, "I'm with Randy. Caps for people who want to play as characters who look like them."
Yeah, I don't know why
Come
you're
on, guys.
we know the people who want to play as Captain America.
But
I know they wrong, but we know them.
Marvel 1943. We know Captain America got a stolen. Oh, that's true. Y'all right. Y'all right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
I said
stolen
stolen
property.
shield. I was like,
That's
stolen
stolen property.
Yeah. What does that mean? Stolen property.
It makes me want to rewatch the old BET version of Black Panther when they showed
with Cap breaking
when Cap getting his ass whooped.
Yes.
Here's him an
This,
L.
this is the one he whoops his ass in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you come to Wakanda with Wakandan technology and you go try to fight me? Damn,
Nah, bro.
And the Funk said it best. 3 of the 4 playable characters are black.
Woke! It's so woke!
It's so woke.
It's so woke!
So woke. We got the original super soldier. We got we got Black Panther. We got Captain America. He came with super soldiers with stolen technology. And I don't know who the black girl is. I don't know who that character is.
She is either.
It doesn't matter.
God.
It is amazing. And
I
I'm
know
here
none of
for
us are playing with Captain America, but we know the one.
The
Funk said Cap is a token minority in this.
Yeah, right. White supremacy can never be a token minority.
Right.
but you did try it. You tried it. I give you that. That's funny.
Let's give it to the actors in this though. Carrie Payton is Black Panther.
Okay. Yeah.
Drew Moralen is Steve Rogers in Captain America. Megan Echiwoki is Nanali. So Nanali. And Marquise Richardson as Gabriel Jones.
Okay.
And Lynn Renee plays Julie. So this is gonna be a very interesting game. I'm excited for this game. I'm so excited for this game. This game's probably coming out next year, 2025, I think.
Yeah. I'm excited for Carrie Payton. Because I think he's a talent that doesn't get enough. He doesn't get enough credit because, I love Teen Titans Go. If you want to see a solid comic book adaptation that's turned children's cartoon that's still really made for adults, it doesn't get any better than Teen Titans Go. And his version of Cyborg. Is phenomenal. Yeah, he's
Cyborg and Beast Boy. Oh God,
they're the best things of this. They're the best things. And you gotta think they played 2 versions of them. He played Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. Played 2 versions of them.
Did you all see the episode where Teen Titans Go meet Teen Titans?
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's like your animation is so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, that
the movie's good. The movie's good, and they see each other. But they bring Teen Titans across all the galaxies. It's so good. It's so good. I tell everybody at Comic-Con, if they really want to sell Teen Titans, they should have Teen Titans Go food trucks. Because every episode, Beast Boy and Cyborg talk about food. Hamburgers, waffles, tacos, hot dogs. They talk about rib food. Song. They turn it into a song.
Shrimps and prime rib.
They got into a fight over what was better, pizza or hamburgers, I think.
Yeah. So I'm just happy for Carrie Payton. I hope this is another thing that kind of jumps up because it's not like he's not working. He's did Invincible. He's done The Walking Dead. He's done. Oh my God, I forgot the other joint. He's done like 3 or 4. You've heard his voice.
Yeah.
So
yes, many times.
Yeah. So
and if y'all didn't know, I know y'all all going to go out and buy these.
What's that?
Those Godzilla shoes may be for sale, you guys. The ones they wore to the Oscars with the heels on them. They about to sell them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They about to hit the open market. Who doesn't want them? Who doesn't want them? Who doesn't want them? Randy, you want a pair. You want a pair. Godzilla shoes. I'm about to get me a pair. I'm so amped about them. The Godzilla boots, the ones with the zippers on the side with the Godzilla spine. Hell yeah. I'm gonna wear those to church. I ain't go to church. I'm gonna wear them to church.
Yeah, you're talking about the ones that got Godzilla's claw, right? As the heel.
There's a bunch of different ones. They each wore different pairs. I'm talking about the ones in the bottom right, the bottom left corner. If
okay. I see
you'll see them. You'll see them. Okay. I think those are the women's pair. Those right there.
Yeah.
The ones right there in the front there.
Yeah, those are
boy, those are sexy. Yeah. Even those are sexy. I'll rock those.
Yeah.
I have my Prince height on. I could be almost 6 foot.
That's what I was asking.
I could almost be 6 foot with those on.
I was thinking like Prince would rock those like that.
He would.
But those ones in the front there, I really like the ones in the front there. I really do. I'm like, man, are y'all gonna get a pair?
No. I mean,
no.
I'm not hating. I'm just
saying. I wear them to work. I'm stomping on y'all like Godzilla. Yeah, you don't want to do that?
No. I mean, they definitely look. I like them. I just don't know if I'd look right in them. But I do like them. I think they dope for maybe for somebody.
You can't look wrong in them. That's how you can't look wrong in them, Centel. You can't look wrong in them.
I think I'll get them and wear it at somebody's wedding.
That's right. They're nice.
Take the shine away from the bride. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. She's like, what kind of shoes are those? Godzilla -1.
I got them Zilla 6s.
That's right.
That's funny.
I'm glad they wore those to the Oscars. They brought so much flavor to the Oscars.
Yeah.
That movie won. Congratulations to Godzilla -1. It was a really good movie.
Yeah.
It was a really good movie. Speaking of other Japanese things, so we know Fortnite has a metaverse. So there's another game called Overwatch. Are you familiar with Overwatch 2?
Mm-hmm.
It's a shooter, team shooter.
Trash at it.
Me too. Apparently people are really good at the game. Yeah. I'm going to download and play it again, but I can't because I play Helldivers now, and Helldivers takes a lot of my time.
Helldivers, yeah, that's the joint, man. Okay.
Yes. So on March 12th, Overwatch 2 is bringing in Cowboy Bebop to the game. So they're bringing Spike Spiegel as Cassidy, Faye Valentine as Ash, Jet Black as Magu, Ed as Sombra. So they're bringing in these characters into as Overwatch characters dressed as these characters. This is exciting. This is kind of exciting. Cowboy Bebop characters.
Well, this is the first revamp I've seen of Cowboy Bebop since the debacle of the live action. So I'm happy that somebody's gonna maybe put
they dropped the ball at the live action.
Yeah.
They made it a romance show. Why would they do that?
Yeah,
okay, we don't need to talk about it. You're right. You're right.
We don't do that.
The best of all, this collaboration will feature music from the anime's legendary soundtrack.
Oh, good.
When you play the game, they have the soundtrack playing in the background.
Yeah, because the soundtrack is a big part of the movie, right? And so to put that into the game, that's dope. It's another character in the movie.
What's up, Mark?
What up, Mark?
Dope.
Yeah,
it's dope.
Yeah.
And speaking of it, it's not the only game doing something interesting. Destiny 2 is doing something very interesting. Destiny 2 is bringing Ecto 1 ship and other Ghostbuster items into the game. Destiny. So I'm like, how does this work in Destiny 2? So you got a spaceship that looks like Ecto 1. It makes me want to download Destiny just to get the ship. And I wonder if they have Slimer in it.
Those can exist in space.
They can.
Like, I get the silliness factor when it comes to Fortnite, because the whole world itself is silly, but Destiny seems like a more of a established reality.
Yeah.
So to add like Ghostbusters to that, it just seems weird.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna think that's weird. Like Overwatch, I can see that. That's like League of Legends doing it, right?
Yeah.
There's all types of characters in there from all types of lore in there.
Yeah.
But Destiny's like Halo. Could you imagine watching Halo and they have Terminator 2 or Arnold Schwarzenegger in there? That would be weird. We'd be like RoboCop in Halo. We'd be like, what's going on here?
It feels forced. It feels like a money grab. Whereas with something,
it does.
Yeah. With the other project, it just feels like fun. This feels like a money grab.
Yeah, like Fortnite, Overwatch, games that have mixed art styles. Maybe that Warner Brothers game where they beat them up like Smash Brothers. Hell, maybe even Smash Brothers could do that. You know, I could imagine the Ghostbusters being in Smash Brothers. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you got an interesting mixed medium that plays well. It's just I don't know. I mean, I know Rodney is a big Destiny fan. I'd be curious. What do you think about that, Rodney?
Played Destiny 2 in a while, but you're right. But I play a lot of Fort. I played a lot of Fort. Part of the reason why I haven't played Destiny 2 in a while is I got really back into Fortnite because of Zero Build. So
Mm-hmm.
if you know Digital Click, they do our marketing, but we also game. So Crystal and Drew, they're huge Fortnite. So I play. We have a crew, me, my brother, and the two of them, and we've been playing a ton of Fortnite. And you're right, because Fortnite can get away with it because it's just like, it's silly. It's absolutely silly. They literally just do the latest chapter is like you fight Zeus. You know, yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like you fight Zeus, you fight Hades, and it's just like it just works, right? Whereas Destiny 2, you have a whole storyline. You have this like you're fighting against these aliens, all this stuff, and then all of a sudden like this. I don't, yeah, like Overwatch 2. Yeah, exactly. See, I agree with Chuck. It works with Overwatch, and I think that's the one thing the leg up is like. This is obviously they're trying to compete with Fortnite in the sense that they want to do in-game promotions as well, in-game collaborations, but it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
You
make
know,
sense.
it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
It
This is something you would see in Fortnite, and it would make sense. And they do
Yeah.
it all the time. Like, I mean, when right around the same time they did Zero Build, you played as they had Goku, yeah, Dragon Ball Z, and you can even do the Kamehameha, like. They had Thanos in there. You had the go. You had the Gauntlet. And you could play as Thanos. It's like it just worked. But here it's just I don't know. I don't think it works.
Yeah. It would make more sense they had like Gundam in here than it would to have Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters. It just feels like a stretch.
And speaking of Warner Brothers, I was talking about Warner Brothers Multiverse, which is like Super Smash Brothers. So Randy's friend David Zavlov
That's
has decided, hey, I'm gonna take Adult Swim Games down. So Warner Brothers Discovery, the owner of Adult Swim Games, that Fist Puncher will be retired, removed from Steam in like the next 60 days, and they're going to start taking all the games down. Sound Dodger Plus will be removed. Um, there's a lot of people that put a lot of money in these games, and this is a cry for physical media. This is why we say there's always a need for physical media, because I can invest hundreds of dollars into your game, and you can decide just to pull it.
Mm.
And you're not giving me my money back. Warner Bros. Would allow the team to republish the game on Steam so long as it's removed all references to Adult Swim games. Well, the hard thing about that is some of these teams aren't around anymore. Some of these studios aren't around anymore. They made a couple of games, died out, fizzled, people moved on. And that's the cry of the video game industry, right? So we could have Rick and Morty, but you got to remove all the things that says Adult Swim
like
game.
signage or something
The
like.
the logos, the credits. You have to go in and republish the whole entire game. That is not a lot of work, but that work is not simple to do. So you got to find the computers with the original source files, go into them, update all those files, re-update it, go through all the QA process again to make sure it works properly, then re-upload it.
Yeah.
It's for cosmetics. So this can cost them tens of thousands of dollars up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that could be an issue.
And so, do you really want to do that, right? Like, so it becomes a cost. It becomes a cost thing. So it's like, why would we spend the extra money to do all that, right?
It's like this company decided to make this decision and not think about developer health.
Right.
And developer health is important.
I mean, hey, that's your man. That's your man. Zaslav.
Nah, he's your dude. You know? He's your dude. You know, he muscles the franchise that you stand over and everything.
I stand by DC. I
I
stand up.
know,
I stand
I
on
know
business.
you stand on it. You stand on it. Yeah, yeah. It's sad. It's sad that this is going to happen to a lot of people that invested money. They have another game called Multiverse that's live, that's coming back on, and they're killing other games with Adult Swim attached to it. And I'm assuming they're going to take down all the Adult Swim. So people don't understand Adult Swim for the last probably 15 years has dropped albums. They dropped a lot of music. They dropped a lot of music involving like MF Doom and whatnot.
Okay.
And they're giving out, they got Killer Mike songs. It's the first time we had Run the Jewels was on
Yeah.
Adult Swim.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're gonna pull all that as well if they haven't already pulled it. I'm gonna go try to find all those Adult Swim songs and download them and keep them because they're valuable. They some of the best artists ever that blew up after that, like Kid
Yeah.
Cudi and whatnot. This is before they even blew up. People didn't know who they were.
Mhm.
Some who was ever in Adult Swim music was on one. They knew who to go to.
See, and all that does is push people to want to, sell those pirate waters. I'm not promoting that. I'm not saying I'm promoting it, but I'm just saying I can understand why people would make those choices. Because when you're taking things away from people and then not giving them access, then that happens.
Yeah, if I invested all this money, then you just pull it. You literally just pull it. I'd be pissed.
Yeah. Ronnie came in and said, selling the high seas. That's exactly what it's going to be. Because I'm going to go find all those adults. I have them on drives, but I don't know which drive they're on. So I got to go through all my drives and whatnot. Or I can just go online and find them somewhere because I want all those songs. They each had unique cover art too, which is even more magical about each song. They each had cover art to go with it. This is the last story we're going to get up out of here, you guys. So Singapore cuts an exclusive deal with Taylor Swift, not a hostile act towards neighbors, PM says. So Singapore's Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong said on Tuesday an incentive provided to Taylor Swift to make Singapore the only stop in Southeast Asia on her world tour was not a hostile act towards its neighbors.
Shit. Yes, it is.
Swift is currently part way through 6 sold out shows in Singapore, her only stop in Southeast Asia. You know how crazy that is? Indonesia, Philippines,
Yo, she changes
Vietnam,
economies.
Laos, Cambodia. None of these countries gonna get Taylor Swift.
That's foul.
Yeah,
that's foul. Like she literally changes economies. Like she changes the dynamics of how cities move. Just by her showing up. I'm not a fan of her, but I respect the hustle. I ain't gonna pretend to say like I don't see what I see. Yo, Taylor makes shit happen.
She does. She does.
Yeah.
And they try to stop him from going to any other South
That's wild.
Thailand. Like Thailand. Like the announcement annoyed other countries in the region with the Thai prime minister saying the grant was made on condition that it would be Swift's only show in Southeast Asia, while a Filipino lawmaker said it isn't what good neighbors do. It isn't what good neighbors do.
So to do it, are they going to just like pay her a lot, or
they're paying her a whole lot of money? Singapore is not poor. Singapore is rich. Go all you do is watch crazy rich Asians and see how rich Singapore really is.
They just gonna throw the bag and be like, but you take this, you can't go to no other South.
Yeah, here's 500 million. You can't go to any of those other countries.
But you know what though? It probably would make sense because if you're Taylor's camp, you have to have like a certain infrastructure set up for her to show up. And unfortunately, there's going to be poorer countries or poorer cities that just don't have the infrastructure set up. And it's going to end up being a headache. You're talking about cost and labor. It's a whole thing. Whereas if you go to Singapore, where the infrastructure is already set up to handle that type of event, and they'll just buy out whatever your estimated amount of money that you would have made at some of the smaller venues, it's less work for the same bag,
Yep.
So how much they gonna pay her though? I'm just curious.
We all want to know. It said the ministry had worked with concert promoter AEG presents to get Taylor Swift to perform in Singapore only.
That's foul.
That is crazy.
That's foul. That's like hitting the lottery. You know,
Yep.
you hit the lottery for a good week when
Yep.
she comes around.
And the
6
way that
shows,
I'm
baby.
thinking
She's
of
doing
it, it's
6
like
shows.
California being like, yo, you come here, you do SoFi, but you can't do no other state in the country, right?
No Oregon, no Washington, no Arizona,
Right, yeah, no New
no
York,
Nevada.
no nothing. But we go,
We're gonna pay you what you would have made in all those other places.
but nah, you can't do none of those other states.
That's wrong.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
But how much? When was the last time you've heard a performer have that level of effect? I know she doesn't compare to Mike. I know that. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying. When was the last time you've heard a performer do that?
I didn't even know this was a thing, right? This is the first time I'm ever hearing.
No, Mike has done it.
Yeah,
that's what I said. Outside of Mike, of Mike. That's what I said.
Nobody.
Yeah. That's nuts, man.
Nobody.
Yeah. That's
just Mike.
Crazy. Like, damn. Like, we're gonna open up the Treasury. Who's the Secretary of Treasury? Hey, lock down Taylor.
But if they throw in an arena of like 200,000, 100,000 person arena, people will fly in from all over Southeast Asia to see her.
Yeah, I mean, I think they make money, but I think it's just the hassle of dealing with a city that may not necessarily be prepared for that. Like Nashville is a very big city in terms of a southern city that's progressive. You know, it's not on the level of Atlanta, obviously, but she shut the city down when she showed up. Like they couldn't even handle it. It was just
got a house there.
Yeah. I mean, and that's like her home. And Nashville was like, yo, we got to figure something out. The Swift effect is bananas.
Yeah.
So
that's that's where we're going to end the show, guys. Taylor Swift locking down Southeast Asia to one location.
She played with like the Titans play? No, well, you said Nashville.
Yeah. No, I mean, you have to have it in like SoFi. Yeah, you have to be in an arena for her. Right. You can't be in like a basketball stadium and
that's what I'm thinking. And that's 25, 30,000. That ain't even big enough. So yeah, you gotta be like 70, 80, 100,000 seat arena.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's nuts. Ooh-wee. And people, and I'm gonna say something that's gonna piss people off. There's a difference between her and Beyonce. I know folks don't want to hear that.
Oh,
but I'm talking about when it comes to the bag.
Watch yourself. Shay.
I'm just saying, I mean, I can't sit here and pretend like my eyes don't see what they see. That's all I'm saying. And I love Bey. I love Bey. But there's a difference.
I had somebody say it best. Beyonce has the best audience and Taylor has the best community. So Beyonce comes out and performs and audience watches her. Like she's a spectacle. Like she's like if you saw a god perform magic. Where Taylor sits there on the stage and says, guess where this song came from? When I broke up with such and such, this is where the song came from. And she sings the song. So it's all about community with her. It's all about community with her.
All I know is that chick bring bread.
Yeah,
she does.
Real quick.
She does.
Real
she
quick.
Does.
Yeah.
She is what Alicia Keys would be if she was white.
Oh Lord.
Oh wow, that's gonna stick with me for a minute.
Yeah.
There's a lot of truth to that.
There's a lot of truth. They're very similar. They're very similar humans. They are very similar humans. Taylor plays the guitar. Alicia plays the keyboard. They're both excellent writers. They're not the greatest singers.
I was about to say, but Taylor wouldn't have messed that note up at halftime at the Super Bowl halftime show.
She wouldn't have messed that note up at halftime. Because Taylor knows her range.
That note was so sour.
Because Taylor knows her range. It doesn't move out.
They would have had Taylor sing that note, did it at the Super Bowl, you know.
Oh man,
Taylor's like,
Usher was like, damn.
Taylor's like, I got these 8 notes and I sing these 8 notes very, very well. Alicia tried to go into a Mariah Carey land and couldn't reach it. Going to Ariana Grande land and couldn't reach that.
Slow down.
Yeah. You had vocoder behind you in the studio. You ain't got that here. With that being said, Centel, can you tell people where they can find you?
Hey, what's up? Thank y'all so much. Y'all can head on over to my channel at Sintel. So it's youtube.com/Sintel. You can see me there. And if you want to see international, youtube.com/Cinema Mosaic. All love. Thank y'all.
Yep. Randy, can you tell the people where they can find you in case they want to talk to you about DC and how David Zaslav, your role model, is doing running Warner Brothers?
I'll smack you to the white. Yo, but if you're looking for me, you can find me across all social media at Johnny L. Randolph. And then you can also find me right here at the Geekish Network Wednesday, because we're going to do Geek Beast. And right after Geek Beast, we're going to roll into Binge Worthy. And this week, we're looking at 3 body problems. So tune back in to say what the got to say about 3 body problems.
Ooh-wee, 3 bodies, something.
That's a great website Rodney posted. Randy loves Zaslav. I'm gonna tell you all, if y'all like what you hear here, like what you see here, please smash the like button for us, subscribe, share us with your friends. I want to give a shout out to the Funk for curating all our stories. Shout out to Mark for always stepping in. Shout out to Dark Manja for coming in to the Geekish Network and supporting us as always. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Rodney for being our technical producer, and shout out for Digital Click for always handling our marketing needs. If you have any marketing needs, hit up Digital Click. That's CLIQ for Click. We'll tune in to you on Wednesday where we'll have more geek news, and we'll see y'all Wednesday. Peace out.